Plaything is an opera of two characters. There's the human and the bird. The human is a hacker who has released secret government information. So the government is after her, but she has asylum in an embassy, and she can't leave that embassy or else she'll be arrested. And there's also a bird, a parrot, who has escaped captivity and is now visiting this human in the embassy. And eventually the human traps the bird. So this opera really is an exploration about the meaning of freedom. What is freedom? Is it freedom of speech, or is it freedom from violence? Our mentor for this opera was Luna Pearl Wolf, and she was the one who really encouraged us to delve deeper into the parrot role and to explore the interiority of the parrot. So really showing the audience what might be going on in her head during this opera. It's not my first time working with bird sounds. I love birds and I'm really fascinated with birds. I watch them a lot and I often find myself imitating their sounds just spontaneously. So in that way, it was absolutely natural and made sense for me to be writing a parrot character. But also there was that challenge. How do you represent a bird? How does an animal communicate its emotional state? Because we have these tropes in opera, the aria, where a human character will just come up and sing about their emotions, which is already a little bit unnatural. But you can't have a parrot doing that. You can't have a parrot going up and saying, "I'm sad and anxious." And so we had to find together with Maria how to convey all these emotions through a combination of words, sounds, and then layering physical gesture on top. Even though the idea for this opera was conceived before the pandemic, I wrote everything during the pandemic. So my relationship with the characters in this opera changed considerably because of the situation we were in. At the beginning, I saw the human character, like the hacker stuck in the embassy, as a pretty comedic and ridiculous person. I thought she was narcissistic, arrogant, that she cared more about media attention than really fundamentally important things. So I was actually having trouble connecting with her and seeing her in a very surface way. And then 6 months into the pandemic, I found myself, obsessively checking my Facebook page and my Instagram. And suddenly I realized, oh my God, I am this person in this opera. And so suddenly the character kind of exploded for me, and I was able to dig much deeper into her psychology and also see her with more compassion. I wrote the libretto for Plaything before the pandemic began, but when the pandemic hit, it really became a little bit too close to home in my mind, since this is about a human sequestered in a room and she can't leave. So once the pandemic hit, even though the libretto was mostly written by that point, I think I could insert a bit of my own experience into it as well. That feeling of claustrophobia and of being shut in and your freedoms being taken away. I think it's really important to create new opera, because as beautiful and magnificent and glorious as many of the classical operas are, I think in terms of theme, there's often not very relevant to our current life. So it's more like we're listening to the music, but when you actually think about what they're singing, a lot of it is quite problematic in terms of gender relations, race, colonialism, homophobia. There's a lot of problematic content in those operas.